A hulking, armored shape drifts at the water's edge, almost invisible. It waits, statuesque, and then explodes in a single, violent ambush. This is the saltwater crocodile, a living weapon of ambush and patience. Today, we ask the question behind the headline: how does this armored reptile wait motionless, then unleash a sudden, brutal strike? We will trace anatomy, senses, tactics, and a violence honed by millions of years. Saltwater crocodile, Crocodilus porosus, is not merely large. It is a walking siege engine, plated, patient, and terrifyingly efficient. Its whole body is built to ambush and overpower. Imagine a predator that refuses pursuit. It chooses stillness, becomes invisible, then converts stored energy into instant, crushing violence. That strategic patience is the croc's signature. Understanding this ambush solves more than curiosity. It reveals how evolution sculpts brutality. Armor, camouflage, sensory precision, and explosive power synchronized to kill and dominate an ecosystem. A silhouette at the bank, eyes and nostrils barely breaking the surface, that is the classic image. Beneath it lies a machine of bone, muscle, and uncanny stillness, poised to strike. How does this armored shape transform from rock-like stillness into a sudden eruption of force? The answer lives across scales: skull, sensory pits, tail, and a nervous system tuned for ambush. Over the next chapters, we'll dissect that transformation. Anatomy that locks you in place, senses that read every ripple, and behaviors that convert patience into violence. This is not myth. We'll use concrete science to explain how Crocodilus porosus waits motionless, times its strike, and applies overwhelming force in an instant. To understand the ambush, we must start with the body. Every plate, muscle, and sense organ plays a role. Begin with the skull, a blueprint of violence. The crocodile's skull is broad, flattened, and reinforced. Massive, jaw-closing muscles anchor to bony ridges, built to snap down with catastrophic force in a fraction of a second. Teeth are conical, designed to puncture and hold. They rarely chew. They grip and immobilize. Combined with a jaw designed to lock, they make escape nearly impossible once clamped. A mature male salty generates one of the strongest bite forces measured in living animals. That crushing power is the mechanical heart of its ambush. Bite, hold, drown. A secondary palate isolates the airway, allowing the crocodile to clamp down and still breathe. It can hold prey underwater while maintaining its own respiration when needed. Scales are backed by osteoderms, bony plates under the skin. This armor protects during fights and allows the croc to absorb impacts from thrashing prey without crippling injury. The tail is a ballistic engine. Thick muscle and a laterally flattened profile store elastic power for explosive propulsion during the ambush and for rapid underwater acceleration. Limbs appear stubby, but are deceptively powerful. On land, they lunge with sudden bursts. In water, they act as rudders and anchors during the killing shake and drown. Rough, mottled skin blends with mud and vegetation. At the waterline, a crocodile vanishes into light and shadow, turning ambush into an act of optical invisibility. Scattered over jaws and face are tiny sensory pits, the integumentary sensory organs. They detect pressure changes and minute ripples, reading the world through water vibrations. Eyes sit high on the skull, optimized for surface scanning. Broad, rich retinas boost night vision, and a nictitating membrane protects while preserving sight underwater. Hidden ear flaps close when submerged. Crocodiles hear low-frequency sounds and can localize disturbances at the water's edge, turning faint knocks into viable hunt signals. Smell matters at close range. The tongue has taste receptors, but is sealed off in the mouth's floor. Chemical cues help locate carrion and fresh tracks near water. The croc's nervous system is a study in efficiency. Reflex arcs for lightning snaps and neural filters that ignore background noise while amplifying prey-generated signals. Crocodiles are superb divers. They slow heart rate, shunt blood to essential organs, and hold breath for long periods, perfect for disappearing beneath the surface and waiting. Ectothermic and patient, salties bask to heat muscles ready for a strike. Their body temperature determines how fast they can convert stillness into explosive movement. Their slow metabolism is a hunting advantage. They can endure long fasts, storing energy for the perfect ambush, rather than chasing prey like a mammalian predator. Unique salt glands in their tongues let Crocodilus porosus tolerate seawater. That adaptability expands hunting grounds to estuaries, coasts, and even open sea dispersal. A dense skeleton anchors colossal muscles. Vertebrae and pelvis transfer tail force into forward acceleration, creating the explosive launch seen in ambushes from the water. Fast twitch fibers in neck and tail create sudden motion, while slow fibers conserve posture. That mix allows long stillness followed by an all-or-nothing sprint. The crocodilian heart can shunt blood to lungs or body, aiding dives and explosive activity. That circulatory flexibility supports both patience and sudden exertion. All senses converge: sight, vibration, smell. The croc integrates them into a single decision to strike, often responding to a millimeter-scale ripple from prey feet. These features are ancient. Crocodilian ancestors perfected ambush strategies long before modern mammals, making Crocodilus porosus a living relic of predatory design. Skull, teeth, armor, tail, and sensory pits form a coordinated package. Each element is an instrument of ambush, tuned to convert waiting into instantaneous violence. Now, we move from parts to performance. How does this anatomy translate into the ambush sequences that terrify riverside mammals and humans alike? Ambush is choreography, choice of position, timing, and the sudden release of power. The crocodile's behavior is economical, brutal, and terrifyingly predictable in its effectiveness. Patience is weaponized. By remaining motionless for hours, a croc conserves energy and becomes part of the landscape, waiting until prey makes a fatal error. Site choice is strategic. Banks with overhangs, animal trails, or shallow fords. The croc positions where prey must approach, turning geography into a killing field. Dawn, dusk, and moonlit nights are prime. Low light favors the crocodile's vision and camouflaging silhouette, making a blurred, sudden lunge nearly impossible to detect until impact. Often, it doesn't move, but when it must, approach is near silent. The water-supported slide, a barely visible shift, then the tail-driven launch that covers distance in heartbeats. First contact is precise, a bite to clamp, preventing escape. It minimizes struggle time and secures the prey while the croc prepares to submerge and finish the kill. Once gripped, the croc often drags prey underwater to drown. The infamous death roll, twisting the body, tears flesh, and immobilizes even large, panicked animals. Submersion conceals and disorients. A prey animal may fight at the surface, but under the water, the crocodile controls orientation, leverage, and the timing of final damage. Explosive tail strokes convert stored muscle tension into acceleration. The croc can sprint across a short bank or blast forward from water with devastating speed. Large kills are processes: seize, drag, tear, and sometimes cache. Crocodiles may feed over days, returning between bouts, their armor protecting them amid scavengers. Ambush adapts to prey. For fish, it's a sideways lunge. For wildebeest, it's a haul to the depths. The core remains the same: stillness followed by targeted violence. Saltwater crocodiles take almost anything that enters their range: fish, birds, pigs, water buffalo, and occasionally sharks. Their diet reflects opportunism sharpened by ambush efficiency. Night amplifies advantage. With superior low-light vision and vibration detection, the croc turns noise and scent into a beacon, homing in on animals unaware of the danger. Ambush conserves calories. A croc waits for high-reward meals instead of chasing low-yield prey. This economy underpins its ability to live in marginal environments. When threatened, the croc reveals its armor and bite. Threat displays, open-mouth postures, and sudden lunges deter rivals or predators, leveraging intimidation as much as force. Adult males hold territories on prime hunting banks. Boundaries are policed aggressively. The best ambush spots are not given away without violent contests. Documented ambushes include buffalo dragged from river edges and unsuspecting humans pulled beneath. Each incident follows the same template: patient waiting, explosive strike, and swift submersion. Where humans meet water, problems arise. Salties do not distinguish intention. A splash can look like prey, and the ambush that evolved for animals becomes lethal for people. Crocodiles learn landmarks and repeat successful ambush sites. They remember human activity patterns too, sometimes timing their attacks around livestock movement. Not every croc behaves identically. Age, size, and experience shape tactics. Large males take larger prey. Juveniles focus on fish and smaller targets near cover. Sometimes crocs exploit behavior, playing dead to lure scavengers, or using floating sticks in nesting season to attract birds, an unsettling example of ambush ingenuity. Seasons drive behavior. Dry seasons concentrate prey at shrinking water holes. Feeding frenzies occur, and ambush intensity increases as opportunities concentrate. Their salt tolerance allows oceanic dispersal. Young individuals raft across seas, colonizing new estuaries where they quietly stake out ambush sites for decades to come. At night, patrols replace passive waiting. Crocodiles cruise channels, testing banks, checking territory, and repositioning to intercept prey movements with surgical timing. They share space with sharks and large felids in some regions. Interactions are tense. Opportunistic overlaps lead to contested carcasses and occasional violent confrontations. Behavior wraps anatomy into action. A patient predator reduces effort and increases lethality. The ambush is simple, brutal, and deadly efficient across environments. Crocodiles are more social than appearance suggests. Dominance hierarchies form around prime banks, with displays, posturing, and violent fights over access to hunting sites. Males bellow during mating season, a deep vibration that carries across water. Those calls mark territory, attract mates, and can intimidate rivals near ambush hotspots. Fights escalate quickly, bites to flanks, crushing shakes, and trampling. Skull and armor limit lethal injury. but losers are often maimed or expelled from the best ambush banks. Populations include a size spectrum. Large males monopolize big prey and prime banks, while subadults survive by avoiding confrontation and exploiting marginal ambush niches. True cooperative hunting is rare. What looks like cooperation is often tolerance around abundant prey. Ambush remains primarily an individual pursuit, not a coordinated pack strategy. Females guard nests fiercely and help hatchlings to water. For a brief period, the mother becomes protector, an unexpected tenderness in an otherwise brutal life history. Yet, brutality persists at every level. Adults sometimes eat juveniles, and siblings may face extreme competition. Cannibalism is a demographic force shaping survival rates. Territories are dynamic. Dominant males displace rivals and inherit ambush sites. Those shifts reshape local predation patterns and the distribution of hunting risk for prey. Younger animals observe successful adults, learning where to position, when to strike, and which banks hold the best prey increases survival, passing ambush craft across generations. Human expansion creates new social pressures, reduced banks, increased encounters, and more frequent conflict. The croc adapts, sometimes turning human activity into ambush opportunities. Occasionally, crocs show curiosity, nudging floating objects or investigating boats. What looks like play can be exploratory hunting behavior, testing novel items as potential bait or prey. Temporary tolerance emerges around bountiful food. Multiple crocodiles feed together, each defending personal space. It's a fragile truce designed to maximize feeding before resources vanish. As apex predators, large salties face few natural enemies, though humans, sharks, and rival crocodilians can threaten them. Those pressures influence territorial aggression and ambush posture. Social life is a balance: aggression, tolerance, and fleeting care. Each interaction shapes access to ambush sites, and ultimately, who lives to hunt another season. From social dynamics, we move to reproduction. Here, violence and sacrifice intertwine with care in ways that ensure the next generation of ambush artists. Breeding is seasonal and brutal. Males compete, females nest, and the cycle from egg to armored juvenile is a gauntlet of survival shaped by predation and chance. Mating season erupts with displays, bellows, postures, and clashes. Dominant males secure mating rights and the best banks, ensuring their genes pass through successful ambush territories. Females build mound nests of vegetation and soil. These nests buffer temperature and moisture, crucial because incubation temperature determines offspring sex in a process called temperature-dependent sex determination. Clutches can be dozens of eggs. For weeks, they incubate, vulnerable to predators and flooding. The mother guards relentlessly, turning the nest into a defended outpost. Hatchlings chirp from inside shells. Mothers respond, digging them free and sometimes carrying them to water. That maternal aid dramatically improves juvenile survival in a brutal world. Despite maternal care, mortality is enormous. Birds, monitor lizards, large fish, and even other crocodiles prey on young. Ambush skills must be learned quickly or the juveniles perish. Growth is slow and dependent on prey. Only after years of feeding and avoiding larger conspecifics can a crocodile enter its prime, the size where ambush becomes dominion. Salties can live for decades, their momentum of knowledge and size turning experience into survival. Old males hold the best banks, often for many sequential seasons. Reproduction is costly. Mothers invest energy in nest defense and post-hatch care, risking injury and attracting predators to the very sites they must protect. From egg to apex, life is a gauntlet of ambushes, both given and received. Each stage selects for stealth, patience, and the sudden violence that defines the species. As apex predators, saltwater crocodiles shape ecosystems. They control herbivore numbers, influence prey behavior, and even create habitats like crocodile holes that sustain life in dry seasons. By removing weak or sick animals, they maintain prey population health. Their kills feed scavengers and recycle nutrients, linking aquatic and terrestrial food webs. In some wetlands, salties act as keystone species. Their presence structures the whole community, affecting fish diversity, bird nesting, and even vegetation patterns. Population density affects ambush tactics. Crowded banks force riskier behavior and increased conflict, while low densities elevate the value of each prime ambush site. Human hunting, habitat loss, and water management shrink croc ranges. Removing these predators can trigger overpopulation of prey species and collapse of established ecological balances. They sometimes clash with fisheries, taking gear and competing for fish. Yet, healthy crocodile populations often signal robust, productive aquatic systems that benefit humans in the long term. Their ability to disperse via saltwater poses a colonization risk, but also reveals resilience. Crocodiles can repopulate areas if threats are mitigated and habitats are restored. Populations vary regionally. Some recoveries are conservation success stories. Others remain fragile. Protecting ambush banks and nesting sites is central to their survival. If salties disappear, ecosystems unravel. Unchecked prey, altered waterways, and loss of nutrient pathways. The ambush predator's absence can be as disruptive as its presence was decisive. Their brutality is ecological utility. The Crocodilus porosus balances systems by being lethal where necessary, and in doing so, supports a web of life reliant on their presence. We end with an ethical wound. Humans fear and kill crocodiles, yet we also destroy the very habitats that support them. Our actions shape whether these ambush predators persist. There is something primitive and honest about the croc's method. Survival distilled to patience and instantaneous violence. It forces us to confront nature's indifference and efficiency. If we want these animals to remain, we must protect rivers, nests, and corridors. Conservation is not sentimental. It preserves a predator essential to ecosystem balance. We asked how an armored reptile waits motionless and then explodes in violent ambush. Anatomy, senses, and behavior answer. A coordinated design for patience and catastrophic force. Saltwater crocodile, Crocodilus porosus, remains a relic and a terror. A reminder that nature often chooses the quiet, patient path to devastating power. Watch the water. Respect the bank.